back, everyone, for some more Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom here on the Switch. And we are going to be doing the Great Fairy Fountains here in this video. But I'm not going to do it exactly how I had hoped to do it. What I'm going to be doing in this video is I'm going to show you where the Great Fairy Fountains are. I'm going to tell you a little bit about how you unlock them. But I'm actually not going to unlock them, because it's part of a really long and convoluted side quest, which I'll talk about here in a few moments. And then after I'm done showing you guys the Great Fairy Fountains, I may end up solving a shrine or two along the way, and then starting the next episode, for a few episodes from the next one on, I'll be focusing in the depths. But before we continue on, hope you guys have an awesome day today. Hope you guys doing well. You guys probably noticed that I have my Snow Quill set on. And where we're going to be going first is going to be the Lucky Clover Gazette. We are going to be warping to the Oramuak Shrine. But hope you guys are doing well today. Hope you guys are doing awesome. Yeah, I know I flipped that around. I figured I'd be a little bit different this time. Now, I am a little bit rusty when it comes to this game. Even though it's been about a couple weeks since the last episode of this that you guys saw, I'm going on almost a couple months since I've played this game, because for those of you who may or may not know, I record my content ahead of time. So I'm actually recording this at a much later time, a much earlier time than when you guys are actually seeing it. But we are gonna go ahead. We're actually gonna go down here. This looks like a stable, but it's not. So, in order for you to begin to unlock the Great Fairy Fountains, you need to be here at the Lucky Clover Gazette here to be at the frontier. And what you need to do is, if I can find the entrance, what you would do normally is speak to this tall white Rito right here. His name is Pen. And that will start the Potential Princess Sightings side quest, which has 12 parts to it. And that is honestly the main reason why I'm not unlocking the Fairy Fountains in this playthrough, is because I personally do not like leaving any side quests undone, and I really don't feel like doing 12 parts of a side quest and literally only reward that you get, the only main reward you get is the Froggy Armor, which provides slip resistance. But I'm not doing that on camera. I mean, I do want to... As a matter of fact, including this episode, I have only 17 more episodes planned before I'm completely done with the series. I do plan on ending this series on March 21st, so... Well, the 21st, you guys are already seeing this in March, but like I said, I'm recording this at a much earlier time. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to show you guys the Great Fairy Fountain locations. We're going to start here. We're going to start off with the Great Fairy Terra, and she is located near the Ikochu Shrine here, so I'm going to go ahead and fast travel here. And then once you start the Potential Princess Sightings quest, what you need to do is then go to the... if I can find it. Do I not have it unlocked? I don't think I have it unlocked. Or should I say, I don't think I have it mapped. You need to go to the... okay, it's over here. We need to go to the Woodland Stable. Yeah, I don't even have this map. Let me go ahead and grab this Blue Nightshade. Like I said, I am rusty, so please don't mind me. And we are here at the Woodland Stable. I can't believe I don't have this mapped yet. Okay, let's go ahead and get a couple Hylian mushrooms. You can see a Bloopy right there. I could shoot the little guy for some... rupees. And you can probably see a Colton balloon over there, which... I'm not too worried about that either. But we're going to go ahead and go down this well. Okay, where is... Okay. Nope. There we go. Let's go here. There is a big glare on my TV. I can hardly see anything right now. Doesn't really look like there's anything here, so I'm gonna go ahead and ascend up. Yeah, there's a bad glare. And the thing is, I don't have really good curtains, so I can't close my window, the curtains on my windows. But like I was saying before, first thing you do is talk to Penn in the at the Lucky Clover Gazette. You start the potential princess sighting side quest, and then you come here and you speak to this musician guy right here. I don't recall his name, but then he will ask you to take him to the Great Fairy Fountain, which is nearby. As a matter of fact, I do have it marked here on the map, which I'm going to go there right now. And what he's going to ask you to do is he's going to ask you to make a craft, a cart rather, which there are plenty of supplies here to make a cart. And then you have to attach it to a horse, which you need a horse that has the pull ability in order for you to get and take the cart that has the musicians on it to the Great Fairy Fountain, and that's how you go about unlocking the Great Fairy Fountains in this game. So yeah, it's a lot more involved getting them to unlock than when it did in Breath of the Wild. Breath of the Wild, all you really had to do was just find them. And you also needed rupees too. Let's go ahead and get... I'm sorry over here, dogs. We are here at the military training camp. And that is... We're gonna go ahead and delete that stamp. Now, even though we're at the Great Fairy Fountain, we're not... Which we could examine. But we're not gonna go ahead and do that. But the next one we're going to go ahead and find is Kotera, and she's near the Dueling Peak stable, which, in order to get there, you go to the Esho Shrine, which we're going to go ahead and fast travel there, which I do need to take off my... Actually, I'll leave it on, because I'm going to end up having to put it back on anyway. And I do apologize if you hear my dogs. Be nice if I could have a non-rainy day here in Hyrule. Okay, and then all we do is just... We're gonna fly. You probably see... And you can tell Great Fairy Fountain, it's the exact same as Breath of the Wild. You see the pink smoke. And she's right here on this peninsula. Here, about southeast of the... Dueling Peak stable, northwest of Hickory Woods. And this is where Kotera lies. And then the same thing goes, you go to Dueling Peak stable, talk to the musicians, you have to get and build a vehicle in order to make it all the way over here, and so on and so forth. Next one we're gonna get is over here, if I can find it, here it is, Kesa. And she is here near the outskirts stable, but the fastest way for me to get here is through the Genodox Shrine, so we're going to go ahead and fast travel here. So yeah, you guys are probably wondering, well, you got the harness at the end of the last episode, and yep, I did, but it was oblivious to me that it required a long side quest in order for me to unlock the Great Fairy Fountains. And to be honest with you, even in Breath of the Wild, I haven't upgraded any of my armor, so... Okay, let's go ahead and... Okay, the Great Fairy Fountain should be visible here. Oh, it's down here. So this is where Kesa is. Kesa is right here. Which, let me go ahead and delete this stamp. And we're gonna delete this stamp. And then last but not least, we are going to be finding Mija, and she is a bit north of the Snowfield Stable. So we're going to go ahead and fast travel to the Rochium Shrine. And then we just need to make our way north. Which, like I said, there's a bad glare on my TV right now, so I'm kind of going in partially blind. And you know what? I'm an idiot. I have snow boots. Why am I not wearing them? There we go. Uh-oh. Oh, I thought that was a Lionel. And you can see the pink smoke up there. Which we're going to make our way over there. Yeah, I don't feel like earthing with a Bokoblin right now. I don't see Toolin. He's probably out there headshotting him. And we're going to go ahead and... Okay, not quite. The stamp isn't quite where the Great Fairy Fountain is, but... And we just go up here, and here is Mija. And another thing you probably noticed too is that there are no resources around there because if you remember in Breath of the Wild, there was a whole lot of silent princesses around them. Some of them had blue nightshades, some of them had mushrooms, some of them had amaranths and other flowers. In this game, they don't have any resources around them, and even if you unlock them, I'm not sure if resources actually spawn around them. I'm leaning towards no on that. But that is the fourth and final well, actually, no, there is one more Great Fairy Fountain to be found, and that is the Horse God. And what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and go to the Jochi Iu Shrine. And we're going to be going to the Akala region, and this is actually where I want to go and solve a shrine. So we're going to be finding the Horse God, and then we are going to be solving a shrine. But yeah, even the Horse God isn't at the same spot as what it was in Breath of the Wild. Which is weird because if you look down here, that's if I even have it mapped. I might not. Yeah, Lake of the Horse God is right here, but the Horse God is not here in this game. The Horse God is actually north of here. You probably already see the pink smoke. As we get a silent shroom. Let me go ahead and save first. We're here in Deep Akala. Okay, I see a Moblin over there. Let me go ahead and just glide. And here is the horse god, Melania. But that is the location of all the great fairy fountains in this game. And like I said, I'm not going to be unlocking them, at least not on camera, because like I said, I don't want to start a 12-part side quest, considering there are quite a few things I want to get done on camera here before. I mean, you could argue that I could dedicate a part of the side quests per episode, because I'm not ending this until the 21st, but like I said before, in Breath of the Wild, I don't even upgrade my equipment on there, and I figured, you know, why do that here? But I'm going to go ahead, and we are going to be going back to the rest of Rock Shrine, because I actually did attempt this before, and then I got stuck on it, but I'm pretty sure I know where I went wrong. And I do want to put my... Let me put my regular armor back on. Because it just feels like I wear my snowsuit, my snowquill set far too much. That might be just me, but that's how I personally feel. But we are going to go in here and we're going to try this again. Now that I'm pretty sure I know where I went wrong. We're going to go ahead and skip this because we already saw the intro to this. And we're going to be experiencing flotational brilliance here. And... oh. And we are going to need Ultra Hand. Oh. Oh, wait. There we go. No need to waste an arrow. Oh. Okay, come on, Link. And then what we're gonna do here is... what I did before is I put it underneath here, but I didn't actually attach it underneath the plank here, so we're gonna go ahead. Oh! It'd help if I pushed the... It'd help if I pushed jump. It really would. I'm not sure this is gonna work now. Ah, shoot! Darn it! And this is where I got stuck on last time. I pushed X. I'm positive I pushed X. Okay, let's try this again. Man! Why am I having trouble with this? Like, if I can get past this part, it's smooth sailing from here. But for whatever reason, I just can't get past this part. And it's not even that hard. There we go, nice. Okay, that worst is behind me now. Thank God. Because that was irritating. And you know what, I'm gonna switch weapons here. What do I want? Oh. I'll equip this, why not? Even though I'm not going to be needing it right now. I will be needing it in probably next video, though. So what we're going to do is we're going to get an Ultra Hand 2 balls to the side here. Did I just say 2 Ultra balls? These 2 flotation balls off to the side. And we are going to get this fan. And we are going to attach it like that. And we are going to put this on the water. And we are going to... That could have been better, but it'll suffice. And then what we're going to be doing here is we are going to be placing this now on this sensor. And that really is all there is to it. It's just that jumping part, for whatever reason, screwed me up. And I don't know why. I mean, it's not even that hard. Visitor the Shrine of Light, that which imprisons and purifies the ancient evil. You have done well to reach this place. We offer this light that will cleanse you of evil. And with that, we get a light of blessing. And you can see that is a fourth light of blessing that we got. So we are, as you can see, may the light of blessing grant you the strength you seek. But yeah, we do have enough for another upgrade, which I am going to go ahead. You guys probably already know that I'm going to be doing another health upgrade. And to be honest with you, I really don't see any particular reason, even for exploration purposes, because you can just use Zonai devices. I really don't see why you would need any more than 2 whole stamina wheels. Because, of course, you need the 2 whole stamina wheels to get the Master Sword from the Light Dragon. But beyond that, I mean, why not focus on health? The more health, the better. And considering that, Hardy durians are not a thing in this game, and hardy truffles and radishes are a bit harder to come by in this game. It gives it even more reason, in my opinion, to get and focus on health. But what I'm going to do now is we are going to be fast traveling here, as you can see, to the Lookout Landing Skyview Tower, and we are going to be cashing in our Lights of Blessing. And then I'm going to do one last thing before we call it an episode here. Okay, let's go to the Goddess statue. You who have conquered the shrines and claimed their Lights of Blessing, in exchange for 4 Lights of Blessing, I will amplify your being. So tell me what it is that you desire. Well, I desire a heart container. You want a heart container? Yep. I shall grant the power you seek. And I can never remember how many permanent hearts I have. Go and bring peace to the world. Let me count here real quick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 21, 22. I'm at 32 permanent hearts, which all I need to do is see that there is 8 overhang and just subtract 8 from 40. So yeah, we're at 32 permanent hearts now, which is a pretty good number if you ask me. Not that any of you asked me. But we're gonna go ahead and ascend. Oh! Actually, no, I don't want to ascend yet. Let me go ahead and sleep until morning. It is 20 after 9. Yeah, I agree with Austin John Plays. This sounds so much more creepy without Zelda being in this. And of course, once you complete the Crisis of Hyrule at Hyrule Castle quest, then she's no longer in the Blood Moon cutscenes. But you know what? I'm actually going to call it here. I'm going to go ahead and go to where I need to at the beginning of the next episode, and then I'm just going to call it. But we are going to go over here, and we're going to pay a visit to Robbie and Joshua. Well, specifically Joshua, because she's going to be starting what I need to do, which Per actually did allude to this whenever we completed the regional phenomena and all the other main quests up until this point. But we will be beginning the next episode here, and hope you guys looking forward to what is coming up next. But with that, thank you guys so much for watching this, and I will see you guys again next time.